I was always passionate about cricket, like I loved watching the game, so I always had that natural love. I suppose due to that I played a lot with my friends, tennis balls on the streets, backyard and all of that stuff. I didn't really play much hardball cricket or play in the nets and things like that. It was all out on a field and in parks and stuff. So that's how it all started for me, literally. As a young boy you just get drawn to that even more when you find something you're pretty good at. So it was Liverpool first, football, and then obviously cricket. Cricket was after that. But yeah, I wasn't quite good enough to play football.
I did read on your Wikipedia page you're a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
I'm an Arsenal fan, so we won't go there.
I got into club cricket around 11 or 12 years of age. Before that I hadn't played any cricket with a proper cricket ball. I hadn't been in the nets, I just hadn't been exposed to this kind of stuff. Similarly at school, even though I went to a state school, when they recognised I was pretty good at cricket and it was going places, we did have nets so I could bowl and things like that. But before I'd been exposed to any of that, I wouldn't know where to go. I think what the MCC Foundation are doing here in identifying those struggles for certain people, I think it will help massively. The programmes they've got over the winter, if I was exposed to that sort of stuff, I think it would have definitely sped up my development. And for me, almost getting recognised into county pathways as well, there was a process of club cricket, district cricket and all of these things, so you go to various trials. And remember I went to one trial when I was 12 and you have a bad day, and I didn't quite make it into the county system that year, and then I was out of the system for a couple of years. So being exposed to this there's actually more people who could also see you on a daily basis and recommend you to county coaches and try and get you into the county setup that way, because everyone's going to have an off day, whereas guys who have an eye on you for a long period of time really get to know you as a player. So I think it would have helped me in that sense, and I think it would have just sped everything up. And I think that's what the main thing is I didn't realise until I started playing with guys who were going to private schools of how much they were actually exposed to training. They could train every day at school, after school, and they'd play matches and all of that stuff, and I just was not exposed to any of that. I do think now that with the MCC Foundation, it will speed things up for people and get them in earlier, and if anything, there'll be less hidden talent. The greatest goal would be to produce more England cricketers, male and female, and if they can get identified through the coaching that the MCC Foundation is running, I think that's a massive plus. Like we've seen with the 100 this year and through the Blast, there's so many kids coming to watch games, and I think just bringing more people into the sport can only be a good thing. If the number of females goes up, as well as ethnic minorities, as well as everything, I think that's a plus. If you have the love of the game, which I definitely did, and you're passionate about it, I'm trying to not show my age here. I feel a lot older where I didn't have phones, smartphones back then and all that, but there are places you can go and train, and hopefully now with what the MCC Foundation is doing is have a look and see if there's things available in your area, because it is possible. I wouldn't get put off by people who do have a lot more access to these things, because at the end of the day, if you really enjoy the game and there are places for you to go and train now, it should be enough. It worked for me, and hopefully it works for more people coming through as well.